Hard sports all plays. Yeah. Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Hard sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hard sports all plays.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the G.W.R. Gonzo'S Wrestling Room, Monday, December 11th, 2023. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez and Marcus Fine. How's it going?
Good. Going pretty good. Not too bad at all. Well, we'll get things started off here for tonight. We'll get started with our indie wrestling report. And I know Marcus went to WCWO on Friday night, and then all three of us was at NGW on Saturday night. So, Marcus, you want to get started for Friday?
All right, Friday. What did you say there was? Probably 50?
Yeah, 50, 55.
Yeah, about 50 people. Give or take 10. All right, so we had Hidari. He defeated Buck Sexton. Billy's at it already. What's up, Billy? Chris? Jake Phoenix defeated the Waterboy. Jackson Morgan defeaed Timmy Turner. Cecil Cerveza defeated Pogo for the number one contenders for the Gunslinger champion. Zay Gates defeated Max Sterling for the Gunslinger title. Zay retained the Gunslinger title. Match of the night. That was my match of the night there. Savage Lev defeated Ruthless Domination to advance to the finals in the tag team tournament, and they will take on Jordan James and Kenneth James, who defeated JKO and TJ Powers to advance to the finals. And then they're already starting to set up matches for Cagemas. JKO and TJ Powers will be in the cage for Cagemas because they had a heck of a falling out there at the end. Got the screaming in the back. You can hear it out in the arena. And if you go on their Facebook page, you can see what actually went on back there. So,
Yeah, I seen it. That should be a good old school cage match here.
well, you would think it should be, yeah.
Probably what? Probably over 50 years of experience.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm guessing 60 plus.
I was going to say 60 plus, but I didn't want to say wrong and somebody get mad at me and say, "How old do you think I am?" I said, "Okay." So I went a little light.
I think you're pretty okay with those guys. So,
Okay, well, so you thought the Zay match was the match of the night
yeah,
with Max
Zay
Sterling,
Gates and Max Sterling was good. I thought that was match of the night. Cecil and Pogo was pretty good too.
Yeah, that's
Too
what you told me.
much going on in those tag teams to really have matches. Savage Love, you got Luke coming in as a face, you got Dalton coming in as a heel, and they're on the same team, and then of course the blow up with Jordan James or KJ match, and they're all setting up stuff. So, what's up, Alex? Yeah, Zay and Mac was the best. Cecil and Pogo number 2.
Alex says over 65 years of experience.
I can see that.
Go get yourself in trouble, Glenn.
Glenn,
Well, you can't be putting that crap on here.
he's going to get on the naughty list. Santa Claus is going to be there, and you're going to be in trouble.
I think I'm going to ask him to do Warrior Pride Pizza that night, Glenn, since you ain't going to be there. Then I'll take a picture of me eating it, and you could be off doing whatever you want to do. So,
Alex said 38 years for TJ.
yeah.
I would say Joey's been at it close to
Well, for 65 years, it'd be 27.
probably
Yeah.
that close to 30, hasn't he?
I know he has probably, close to 30, 25 to 30.
He said, it won't be me because I'll be there.
You're actually going to be at Warrior Pro on Sunday, Glenn? Then I'll split the pizza with you. If not, it's all mine.
Okay, and then our next show was Saturday night. We had NGW, which I thought was a real good show. Had a great crowd. Crowd was really into the show. I thought it was a really good show. Marcus, what did you think? And if you want to go ahead and go through some of the matches.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic show. Crowd was nuts. Comparable to Kokomo. I'm telling you, I said that 2 or 3 times. Those guys were nuts.
Yep.
Saturday night. It was fantastic. Full house. And, yeah, very good. Okay, results from Saturday. Buck Sexton then defeated Hidari. Luis Rojas defeated Christopher Gates. Zay Gay and Excalibur defeated Tyler Scott and Cecil Cerveza. Chris Chaos defeated Justin Danger in a no count-out match in a reverse decision. Santa Gideon, I'm so laughing because I watched the Grunge, can't all that crap out. Santa Gideon defeated the Grunge. Thomas Keith defeated TK0 in a lumberjack match. He retained the Hoosier title. And Jason Levi defeated Michael Elgin to retain the NGW title.
I tell you, the matches that stood out to me for that show, the tag team match I thought was really good. I tell you what, I think Zay and Excalibur could be a really good tag team. They could be, they could be really good together. I really like them. I thought that was a good match. The count out match, I really like that with Chris Chaos and Danger. I really like that match a lot. I'm interested to see where that's going to go. Hopefully they'll go to another match, and hopefully this time it'll just be no rules.
Yeah, needs to be no rules.
Yeah, there's no rules at all. Maybe even a steel cage. I don't know, but yeah, just take it up a notch. But it was a good match, and then also the main event I thought was really good. Of course, Michael. We've got to see Michael Elgin quite a bit here lately, and see the talent that he is. I know there's talk that he may have to have some surgery. Hopefully he doesn't, but it's looking that way from what he had said, but hopefully he don't. And the champion defended his belt again and looked great. So it was a great match. Really good. Them were the 3 matches that really stood out to me, but there wasn't anything really bad on the card. Everything was entertaining. I thought everything was really good.
So do we go ahead and name the match of the night? They're waiting on it.
Well, go ahead.
I thought Santa and the Grunch was the match of the night.
Oh, Marcus.
All right, Chaos and Danger, you done it. You did match of the night.
It was good.
I
know I did it.
Longer, but
I know I did. I know why Marcus liked that Grunge match.
I didn't get no big scissors. That's what pissed me off.
Yeah. It was towards the end of the match why you like that match so well.
Yeah,
when the guys came out with the black mask.
Yeah, black mask. Black
that was your favorite. That was your favorite.
God, I watched that again. It's like, oh, I'm glad I cleared that up.
Oh man, me and my cousin watched it last night, and he was dying. I was dying laughing.
Well, the way the world is today, I had to hurry up and clear that up. Because that when you get to commentating, you get worked up. But no, guys, you done it. Match of the night.
It was a very good match. Like I said, the whole show was really good. Chris, what did you think of the show?
I thought it was a good show. Other than I had to see Chris Chaos. Other than that, it was an awesome show. No, I'm just messing with Chris, but no, I thought it was a good show. I thought Danger and Chris put on a good match. For me, my match tonight was the main event with Elgin and Levi. Yeah. But Danger and Chaos was a real good match. There was a lot of good matches on that card. I really liked the tag team match. I agree with you. I thought Excalibur and Zay looked real good together as well. Zay just it seems like every time we see him here lately, he looks better and better.
Yeah.
I thought Dalton Love and Jackson Morgan put on a real good match to kick off the second half of the show as well. But
Yep.
I thought it was a real solid show, and like Marcus said, crowd was hot all night.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it flew really well, and the flow of the show was really good. Like I said, I mean, they even had a fairly long intermission, but it still didn't even seem that long. I mean, it was a really well put together show, and I had a good time. And that's what you want. I mean, you want to have a good time, and we have a good time in commentary. That's for sure.
Yeah, we take Chris off guard at times, but
And Marcus got to see his best friend a couple times. Came over to the table.
Yeah, his best buddy.
So it was a good night all in all.
Marcus not comment. Well, we'll move on from that. We'll move on to the Pro Wrestling Report and start off with Monday Night Raw. I'll tell you what, all the shows this week were pretty good. I thought the NWA was a little down compared to the other shows lately for NWA.
I'll be honest on that. I will be honest. If that was the first one of those NWA powers I've seen, I don't know that I'd watched another one.
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
And one match, real quick, I didn't mention Hadar. I thought Hadari and Buck was real good as well, and I thought Hadari came out of that looking pretty good, even though he
lost.
Even though he got Buck stole the match there at the end with a handful of tights, but I thought that was a good match to open the show with.
Yeah, it was really entertaining. I mean, Buck does a great job as a heel, and Hadari's is over as anybody. I mean, he goes around to all these places we go to, seems like, and he just gets more and more over as time goes by, him and Zay both. So, it was a real good match to start the show off with.
Yeah, Billy Elgin is built. Big dude.
Yes, he is.
Kelly's hat was the star.
Yep. Yeah, that was great.
That could have fallen into place better.
Yeah, but all the shows were pretty good this week. Things that stood out to me on Raw. The Creed brothers looked really good. They beat Dom and JD McDonough in a match. I thought it was good. A lot of good promos and video packages for the show. Seth Rollins beat Jey Uso. I thought that match was a pay-per-view quality match in the main event. So I thought they did a real good job with the show. I really enjoyed it. Again, going into the NWA, I thought the Joe Alonzo and the Ray Fury and the Luke Curtis match, three-way, I thought it was a good match. But the other stuff on the show just really didn't do it for me. It was definitely down for the most part, I thought. The slime balls, I have some interest in. That they could really take a lot of bumps, but I want to see where they go with them. But it don't look real good.
No, they don't.
Losing their first match and just coming in. We'll see. They could definitely take some bumps. They took a beating. Next up, NXT. I thought it was a pretty good show. I enjoyed it. One thing that came out of that, Wes Lee announced he had a back injury. Was going to be out. He's going to have surgery. Going to be 8 to 12 months. So that's bad for him. Hopefully everything goes well for him and he comes back strong. One other thing that stood out was Lash Legend body slammed Otis. If people haven't got to see that yet, she's a former WNBA basketball player. She's probably 6'1", 6'2", good sized lady. But Otis came off the ropes and she picked him up. Probably took 2 steps back after she picked him up off him running into her, and she turned him completely. I mean, she's one strong lady. It was one heck of a.
That was on NXT.
Yes, and Otis is. Yeah, you need to look that up. Otis is.
Oh, I gotta see that.
I'd say Otis probably about 400 pounds.
Yeah, I like Otis.
Yeah, I do too. And so that was a thing that definitely stood out to me. Show was a solid show. It was a good show. I enjoyed it. But yeah, definitely check that out.
Why do so many people hate on NXT and don't even like? I hear people say I don't even watch it. I can't get into it. Is it because it's considered the developmental brand?
Two reasons. because 6-7 years ago it was a black and gold brand. It was something different than the WWE, and people liked it and they loved it. And when Vince changed it and made it 2.0 and made it the developmental brand, which would it should have been probably to begin with, a lot of people just didn't want to give it a chance. But with Shawn Michaels at the lead, it has become a really good show. It's a lot of fun to watch these new people, whether they've been on the independents or they're brand new people they brought in from, college programs from different sports, learn the business and learn how to do stuff and develop characters. And I mean, I love the show. I think I'm not going to say it's better than SmackDown, better than Raw, better than AEW. I'm not going to say it's better, but I enjoy it. I think it's really a lot of fun to watch, especially if people are independent fans and they see these independent wrestlers who's trying to make it there. And then you watch this show. I think it's fun. I really like it. But I think it's that. I think two reasons. Again, changing from the black and gold to that, and just people think it's developmental, so they don't think it's a high standard. But to me, it's the best written show. It flows really well, and the writers they've got on that show, I think it's the best written show, and they got characters. I think they do a great job. Okay, next up is AEW Dynamite. It was a really, really good show. One of the better shows I've seen them do. But they pissed me off. And Chris heard it from me. The first match had Moxley against Roosh. Roosh is really good. And Moxley's good too. But it's part of a tournament they've got going on right now where they've got like 5 or 6 guys in one bracket, 5 or 6 guys in another bracket, and they wrestle round robin matches. So the matches are supposed to mean something. They've got rules. No managers are allowed. No extra people at ringside. The rules matter. If it's a double count out, you get no points. If it's a regular count out, you get 1 point. If you get a pinfall, it's 3 points. It's a tournament. They start off the match, and the first thing they do, they get in the ring. They ring the bell. They go outside the ring, fight for 2 or 3 minutes. Then they go into the crowd and fight for another 2 minutes. Referee never counts. That pissed me off. And then later in the match, when it gets close to the end, they get outside the ring again, and the referee counts and almost counts both of them out, and they make it back at 9.5. Why do you do a spot like that when you get? I mean, it just looks stupid. And then Moxley no selling stuff and getting a chokehold on a guy, and he goes out, and 10 seconds later he's up complaining to the referee that he was never out. It just no selling just kills me. It's hard for me to get into. When I think of pro wrestling, yeah, I want to see good moves and all that stuff, but without selling and facial expressions, I don't think it's real wrestling. I mean, to me, that's my opinion. Marcus, how do you look at it? I mean, I know you've seen.
If you ain't reacting to the moves, then why bother?
Yeah,
And
I mean, if
part
it's just,
of it.
yeah, I mean, and they say, well, they want to be more like a sport. Well, if it's more like a sport, if somebody hits you, you got to react to it. You can't take 3 Canadian destroyers and just pop right back up.
Why not?
Yeah, because then what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't.
Ballet then, and it is.
And it sucks because it was a pretty good match. And then the next match comes up, and I thought it was a good match, but they started off the same way. They went in and then went right outside the ring and stayed outside the ring and make the referee look like a fool again. I just don't understand their psychology. There's lack of psychology.
But they'll tell you that's what the fans want to see.
They say
I don't agree with that,
well,
but I mean, but that's what they'll try to tell.
But when people want to say that's real pro wrestling, that's not real pro wrestling.
No, it's not either.
I don't know where they get that, and
I agree with you. I was a big Moxley, Dean Ambrose fan, Moxley, and I can't. It's hard for me to watch him now because of all the no selling. I mean, it's. I like hardcore stuff and stuff like that, but you still got to make it believable. And if you're not selling anything, it's not believable.
Yeah, I agree.
And the sad part of that was the second half of that Swerve Strickland and Mark Briscoe match was outstanding. I mean, it was some great false finishes. It was a very, very good match. But the start of it kind of ruined it for me a little bit. They had a Timeless Tony Storm come out of entrance. It was great. They had I don't know if you watch Turner Movie Classics, but they have a host on Turner Movie Classics. They had him do her intro, and she came to the ring with his intro. It was pretty cool. Of course, it starts out black and white, and once she gets in the ring, it goes in she goes into color, and then see even some of the moves she does, she'll be black and white, then it goes into color. So I really like what they're doing with Tony Storm, and she wrestled Sky Blue, and it's one of the best women matches they've had on TV in a while. So I thought it was really good. I thought both of them looked really good. And then the last match of the night, I'll go over Adam Copeland, Edge, took on Christian Cage. Thought it was a real good match. Had a lot of good storytelling in it. Enjoyed it. So the story with Christian Adam Copeland's going pretty well for him, and the Devil story they got going on with MJF's going pretty well. It's just going to depend on who the guy in the Devil mask is to see if the story's going to turn out good or not, I think. Next up, we had SmackDown. Santos Escobar defeated Dragon Lee in the first round of the tournament to get a #1 contender for the U.S. Championship. Bobby Lashley defeated Karrion Kross in another tournament match. CM Punk cut a promo, which I thought was very good. Chris, what do you think of that promo? I know you got to see it. What do you think of that promo?
Promo from when? SmackDown?
Yeah, from CM Punk.
Oh no, I thought it was good. I liked it. He mentioned I liked how he mentioned a lot of wrestlers without really using a lot of names, and kind of kept people guessing a little bit where they're going to go with it. I think it's going towards Seth Rollins and him is what I think. But yeah, I thought it was a real good promo. Hopefully, people liked it better than they did his first promo on Raw, which I didn't think was terrible. I just think people went in there expecting opposite of what they were going to get.
Yeah.
But no, I thought the one Friday night was good, and I thought his appearance on NXT was pretty good.
Yeah, I was going to get that here when I get to the NXT pay-per-view. But it was a good show. Also, he did the promo, and then also they had 3 or 4 backstage segments where he was coming up to wrestlers. He went up to Cody Rhodes, he went up to Kevin Owens, and had a lot of interaction backstage, which I think kind of flew through the whole show once he appeared at 9 o'clock. So from 9 to 10, you've seen him another 2 or 3 times after matches and commercial breaks. So I thought it was a good flow. I thought they used him really well. The main event was Randy Orton and LA Knight against Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. Randy Orton and LA Knight won that match. It was a good match, good show. Honestly, I thought the best show of the week. It was really close. If AEW wouldn't have pissed me off a little bit, I think they might have been the best show of the week. But I think a lot of people, because of Punk, was going with SmackDown. But I think the best show was Raw. That's my opinion. The next up, we got NXT Deadline. I thought was a very good show. I'd give the whole show probably a B+ or A-. I really enjoyed it. The main event, you had, I'll start on down where it started at. The kickoff show had one of the better matches of the night, which was crazy. Axiom, the masked wrestler, took on Nathan Frazier. Nathan Frazier wrestled over in England in NXT UK. It was very good there. He was trained at Iowa by Seth Rollins. And you can definitely tell the influence on him. He looks a lot like Seth Rollins, does a lot of the moves and stuff. I thought it was a great high-flying match, crazy false finishes. I really enjoyed it. Axiom got the win, so I thought it was a good show. Next up, Dominic Mysterio defeated his NXT North American Championship against saying a little bit of everything.
Last week you were talking about weed. Today you're talking about shit.
Hey.
What's going on?
What can I say?
I won't even tell you why you talk about Saturday.
Yeah. San Francisco. Okay, but anyway,
between you and Marcus on Saturday,
we was pushing the envelope a little bit. That's okay. You got to push things a little bit. But Dragon Lee defeated Dominic Mysterio, so he's the new NXT North American Championship. Good match. Really enjoyed it. Next up, Carmelo Hayes versus Lexis King, and of course that was the former Brian Pillman Jr. I really enjoyed the match. I seen some people pan it a little bit, saying they thought it was too slow compared to some of the other matches. Yeah, I think they think Pillman's a high flyer, and he's not. We've seen him wrestle here in Indiana. I've seen him wrestle a couple times, and he's not a big high flyer. He'll do a couple of things, but I mean, no, he's not
He's not his
kind of
dad.
old school. Kind
He's
of
not
old
his
school.
dad. Nope.
Yeah, and he's kind of old school, and I thought it was a real good, strong match. I really enjoyed it. Lex King lost, but he took on Carmelo Hayes. He's been one of the bigger. He's had all the belts. Been one of the big, but it was a really strong match. I enjoyed it. Next up was a steel cage match with Roxanne Perez and Kiana James. It was a strong match. Kiana James defeated Roxanne Perez. I'm wondering, Perez has been kind of the golden girl there. I'm wondering maybe if she's getting ready to be called up. Next two matches are we had the Iron Survivor Challenge matches, which were really good matches. I enjoy the concept. You have two people start off, and then I believe it's 5 minutes. Yeah, another person comes in. If you get pinned, you go to the penalty box and have to spend, I think, 2 minutes in the penalty box or 90 seconds in the penalty box. You get a point for every win. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. The winner of that match was
Good.
Blair Davenport. She won that match, but it was a strong match. Next up was the men's match. The winner of that match was Trick Williams. The thing that was cool about that match was that Trick was down, only had no points. Two other wrestlers had 3 points, and they got down to, he come out of the penalty box was 2 minutes left. That's all that was left in the match. The match is 25 minutes long. So we had two minutes, and he pulled off 4 pins. A lot of that was off stuff other guys did, and he capitalized, but he got the win with like 2 seconds left. So it was pretty cool. The crowd went crazy. They're really behind Trick Williams. And if you had told me that a year ago when he first started, I didn't think this guy had it. I didn't think he was going to be a guy, but he's really came on and improved. And he's getting compared a lot to Booker T. A lot of people, because of his size, being about 6'5", a lot of people compare him to Booker T. So people out there haven't seen Trick Williams might want to check him out.
Real quick, do they still do the was it called Fight Pit or whatever, where they had the cage and had like the scaffold thing up around the edge?
They haven't done it recently. They've done it a
I
couple of times, but they haven't done it recently.
I hadn't seen it for a while. I was wondering if they, because I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was cool too. I enjoyed it too. And
Is
then,
that what they called it? Was Fight Pit or something like that?
Yeah, Fight Pit. They had the ring, and then they had like the up above. They had like a I won't say scaffold, but it wasn't a scaffold that kind of rounded all around.
There was an area that
No.
you could stand on and stuff. I thought that match was pretty cool.
And then the last match of the night was Ilya Dragunov against Baron Corbin. Dragunov defended his NXT championship. I thought it was an outstanding match. Dragunov won it, but I thought it was really good. Baron Corbin controlled a lot of that match, but again, I thought it was a great pay-per-view. I give it a B+, A-. It was right there, so I thought it was really good. Had a couple of topics before we get to our main thing. I've got a 32-man best brawler bracket that we're going to be doing here in a minute. But first of all, a little bit of news on CM Punk. His merchandise sales have exceeded what they even expected, reaching well into over 6 figures since he's been back. So, and I think that was even the first night.
Well, that don't surprise me.
So doing very well. Again, he had a real good promo. He was on NXT Deadline. Was not, nobody knew he was going to be there. He came out wearing a Bret Hart sweatshirt with Shawn Michaels in the ring. I thought that was cool. I thought that was interesting. Pretty decent promo. I didn't think it was as good as the one he had on Friday night, but I thought it was fine. It was a quick segment. Didn't spend a lot of time with it. The other thing with CM Punk, who do you guys think he should face at WrestleMania? Been a few names thrown out there. I know Chris thinks Seth Rollins. That's what I think. But some people have been floating out that he should be against Roman Reigns.
No, I thought Cody needed to go against Roman Reigns.
I do too. There is a story with him being a Paul Heyman guy. Paul Heyman used to be his manager. So there's a story there with Paul Heyman. So that's something you could get to eventually. And then a lot of people have brought up the idea of Cody taking on Randy Orton.
Well, that'd be good, but I don't see that being a WrestleMania match. So
yeah.
Do that with Royal Rumble.
A lot of people brought up some different things. I don't know. I think it's going to be Cody and Seth. Is what I think, and I think it's going to be Cody and Roman, and it's going to be Seth and CM Punk's what I think.
Yeah, that's what I would agree with too.
Justin Danger says Heyman on a pole match.
Hanging on a pole. You could do a 3-way there, throw Brock Lesnar in there too. All three of them. And then
And Rampage Radisson says CM Punk versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Take on.
I've been seeing that a lot.
there's been some rumors of that. There's
Oh,
also
okay.
been some rumors if you do something different with your main events. Some people have suggested maybe you have Cody beat Roman, maybe like they're going to have that big event in I think it's Australia after Survivor Series. They're having the Elimination Chamber. Maybe you have Cody wrestle Roman there, beat him. Then you have Roman and The Rock at WrestleMania. You have Cody and Randy Orton,
I don't think.
and you have Seth and Cena. So I mean, there's some people have brought that up. So I don't know. One other quick thing is this Friday, you got the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. The main reason I mentioned this is because Billy Starks will be taking on Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. So if you can check that out, you might want to check that out. I don't know if they'll give her the belt yet. I hope they do. Even though I think Ring of Honor is kind of a dying thing, but I know she's got to work. She's got to work with Athena a lot, and I think she's getting better. And so I think that's at 7:00. That's probably the pre-show this Friday night.
We got a question here. Billy asked, do you think Punk will behave or will he mess up and disappoint?
Right now, he seems really happy and he seems different, but we're early on. But I think if he messes up, it'll be very quiet. They will just let him go. I don't. It's not going to be a big blow up and crazy like in AEW because they know how to handle it. Triple H will handle it. So
I don't think there will be the big blow up because I think, yeah, he left WWE or when he left, he wasn't happy, and I mean everybody knows all that. But I think he got over to AEW and saw how big of a shit show and how unprofessional it was, and I think that was what caused all the problems. I don't think it was him wanting to like take over and that he had to be number one. He had to do this. He had to do that. I think it was more of just all the unprofessional stuff was going on where I don't think you're going to run into as much at WWE. So I don't think he's going to be a big problem over it.
I think there's two things going to happen. There's two things he wants to do in WWE. He's never been in a main event match at WrestleMania. I think he may get that with maybe night one with Seth. And the other thing is they may get Cody against Roman Reigns in a different way since Cody won the Royal Rumble. CM Punk has never won a Royal Rumble. So they might have Punk win the Rumble, announce he's going to take on Seth, and then they'll get Cody, maybe win the Elimination Chamber or whatever, and take on Roman Reigns. So I think they can work things out.
You do that, then you're going to have everybody bitching because the women aren't one of the main events again like last year.
I think, but like I told, I already talked to your grandson Austin about that. I said, right now, Austin, what women's program going deserves to be a WrestleMania match right now? There isn't one. Now, do I think Rhea Ripley deserves if they can get her with somebody? Yes, because of the work she's done this year on different shows, on camera, and in the ring. But right now, there's nothing that deserves a main event. That's just my opinion at the moment.
Justin Danger says he thinks Punk will be more business-like because he knows it's last time and last place to go.
Well, I agree with that. Where's he going to go if he screws it up this time?
Yeah, true. He had a big offer earlier in the week from Impact before he went to WWE. I heard they offered him quite a bit of money. I'm not saying WWE money, but probably good money and probably control of his character and a lot of different things. But a lot of people forget probably 6 or 7 months before he even got fired from AEW, he showed up in Chicago at a WWE show and behind the stage, and Vince asked him to leave, because for one thing, he's under contract with AEW. You're not supposed to be here. So I think that's the reason. I don't think they was mad or anything. I think they was trying to stay out of trouble. But he did talk to Triple H there. He talked to The Miz. He talked to some other people, workout thing. So I think they've been in his head for a while after he got to AEW and seen what it was. And plus, he's got a little older. That's a lot of the stuff he had problems with was 10 years ago. I'm not saying that WWE didn't do things wrong, but I think Punk did things wrong too. I'm not saying that AEW didn't do that. I think there was stuff AEW did was wrong. But I think Punk.
And I think
Punk didn't handle it very well.
And I think WWE's ran quite a bit different now with Vince not being as much involved.
No, yeah, Triple H is completely different.
Rampage has a prediction. He says Cargill will win Women's Rumble and WrestleMania will be Cargill and Ripley versus Ripley.
That's possible, but I think a lot of people are pushing for be Cargill and Montez's wife. What's her name?
Belair.
Belair. A lot of people are pushing for that, but there's plenty of time. A lot of it depends on when Cargill says she's ready. She wasn't when she got to WWE. She's been going to the training center, and she is not ready. So once she's ready, I think ready to go. I think that she's going to make a big splash. But until then, I don't know.
I saw where she made some comments where she likes it at WWE and stuff. And
she said she's never been in a place so professional.
Yeah.
No, I think they knew. I know he's hear this comment that they could cut her. I don't think they're going to cut her. I think they know what she is, and they will get her up to speed.
Yeah, I think they signed her for her potential, more for what they thought her potential was than where she was at. Yes, she has a little bit of, she has a name and a lot of people like her, so that helped. But they knew that her in-ring ability wasn't up to where they wanted it. So I think they signed her thinking, hey, we'll be able to get her up to where we want. So I don't see them, especially not this quick. Now, if it goes on, if she don't improve and they don't see her making the strides, then I could see it. But I think they're going to give her some time because I think they went into it knowing that she needed some work in the ring.
Well, they offered her a contract before she ever went to AEW. They tried to sign her. She went to AEW, and once her contract ran up, AEW offered her more money than WWE did. Tony Khan tried to keep her, and she took WWE because she thinks she can become a bigger star there, and I agree with that. I mean, you look at the AEW's women's division.
They haven't done anything.
They haven't really done a whole lot. So, anyway, people check out Billy Starks if you get the opportunity. Very 18, 19-year-old girl who's been around this area a lot. I think it's got great potential. I think she could be a big star. So definitely check her out.
One of our friends helped train her.
Yes, most definitely.
Actually, a few of our friends have had hands in helping train her.
Yep, that's true. Okay, well, next up we've got our ranker. This thing was done. I think it finished up in April of 2023, if I remember correctly. They had 977 votes on this thing, and they had their number one, and it went to 32 people. So I'm gonna give you the number one seed, and going to be taking on. And remember, this is not I didn't come up with this bracket. So if some people's on there, you think, well, what the hell are they doing on there? I didn't make.
And this is supposed to be for what? Brawlers?
The best brawlers in history. Okay, they have down as their number one Mick Foley. He's going to be taking on number 32, Gene Anderson from the Minnesota Wrecking Crew.
I'll have to go with Mick.
I'm going to say Foley.
Gene Anderson was a great brawler, but I got to go with Mick.
I'll be honest, I don't remember much about Anderson.
Yeah, he was.
I don't remember much about Gene
He's
Anderson
before your
either.
time. He's more 60s and 70s.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, out of all those Andersons, he's the least that I'm familiar
Alex says Foley.
Kelly said Foley as well.
Now, this is going to be an interesting one. Number 16 seed versus number 17 seed. Dusty Rhodes versus Dr. Death Steve Williams.
As brawlers, Williams.
Yeah, I go the opposite. I go Rhodes because I think Williams was a better wrestler, but I think Rhodes was a better brawler.
Okay, Kelly says Dusty. I say Williams.
Okay. Because Williams wrestled for 4 years in college. He was a pretty good wrestler, but he was a good brawler too.
I'm going to say Rhodes as well. Let's see. We got Justin Danger says Dusty. Alex says Rhodes as well. Billy says Rhodes. Chris Chaos says Williams.
Oh, good. I got it that one. I thought I was the only one that thought it Williams.
It looks like it's going to be Rhodes.
Yep. Okay. Well, next up, number 9 seed versus the number 24 seed. Number 9, Harley Race versus number 24, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Race.
I agree. Duggan was a good brawler, but I think Race too. Race was a really good wrestler.
See,
but
now
Race
you
was
got to go for brawler, not who you like the best.
I'm gonna go Race.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Duggan wasn't a great wrestler, so he was mostly a brawler. But
I got her talking. She's in Race. She didn't want to, but she did.
well, Alex Bowden went with,
Let's see. We got
looks like it's going to be Race.
Chaos said Race. Danger Race.
Alex said
Rampage says Race. Alex says Hacksaw, and Billy says Race. So yeah, it's gonna be Harley.
This is a matchup. I bet you these guys wrestled, Marcus. You may know. I would have liked to seen it. Number 8, Stan the Larry Hansen against number 25, Dirty Dick Murdoch.
Oh yeah, they wrestled each other.
I'm going to look at it.
I will go Hansen, but Murdoch, he was pretty tough too. But I'll go Hansen.
I'm gonna say Murdoch. I'm gonna go with Murdoch.
I'm going to go with Hansen because Hansen was a maniac.
Do you remember either one of them? Okay, Kelly says Hansen, but you don't
Like going to be Hansen.
Danger says Hansen. Rampage says Hansen. Billy says Murdoch.
That second round, we're going to have some good matchups. I can see that already. This is a interesting one. Number 4, Roddy Piper against number 29, Ole Anderson. I'm going to go with Piper.
I'm going Piper.
Because Ole was a brawler, but he also worked body parts.
He's also an asshole too.
He's an asshole. He was an asshole.
You need to do an asshole bracket, then Ole be right
man.
up. Wow.
I'm gonna go with Piper.
Kelly says Piper.
Alex says Piper. Justin Danger says Piper. Billy went with Ole.
Looks like going to be Piper.
Yep.
Next up, I thought this guy was rated too high. Farouk, number 13. That's Ron Simmons. Don't you think that's a little high for a brawler?
For Farouk, yeah.
But he's going against number 20, Blackjack Mulligan.
Why do they have him as Farouk and not Ron Simmons?
I don't know. I'm just going by what's on the list. To me, I think it's Blackjack Mulligan.
Yeah, it's Blackjack Mulligan. Even if it was Ron Simmons, it would still be Blackjack Mulligan.
Damn.
Damn.
Blackjack.
Kelly says
Danger
Blackjack.
says Blackjack. I'm gonna go with Simmons or Farouk.
You probably don't really remember Blackjack already.
Rampage says Simmons. Billy says Mulligan. Alex says Blackjack. So it looks.
Ooh, you might have it. What is it then? What ended up winning?
Who'd you go with, Marcus?
Mulligan. Kelly said. Who'd you say?
Blackjack.
Kelly said
Yeah,
Blackjack.
Mulligan.
Yeah, it's gonna be Blackjack.
Okay,
Well,
next up,
close to
number
one
12
more.
seed. Number 12 seed, Tommy Dreamer against number 21 seed, Dean Ambrose.
Tommy whip his ass. In the
I
ring,
think Dreamer
outside
too.
the ring, behind the freaking boys club, wherever, on the streets there in Indianapolis. Dreamer to have him, no matter where they fought and how they
I
fought.
think Dreamer too.
I'm gonna go with Ambrose.
Yeah, we got 3 Dreamers and 2 Ambrose.
Alex says Ambrose. Danger says Dreamer.
Kelly says
Rampage says Dreamer's hand down.
Billy Buzz says Ambrose. So where we at?
See, Rampage says Dreamer hands down. I have felt that wrath before. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Well, who'd you say Dreamer?
I said Dreamer.
Marcus said Dreamer.
Yep.
What'd Kelly say?
Dreamer.
Dreamer's gonna win.
Okay. Next up, we got number 5 seed Undertaker versus the number 28 seed Hardcore Holly.
Yeah, okay. Taker.
It had to be Taker.
Oh, come on, Spark Plug Holly.
Hardcore Holly, not Spark Plug.
He'd be in that other group for asshole. So he'd be in there with Ole and
Yeah,
fight
yeah.
for the asshole.
No, I would say Taker as well.
I think that's going to be Taker all the way. Yeah.
You know.
Next up, number 2 seed.
Oh, Alex says I hate it, but Holly. But Danger says Taker, Rampage. Yeah, it's gonna be Taker.
Number 2, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus number 31, Bray Wyatt.
Oh gosh.
I'm going Austin.
With those two, yeah, I'd say Austin.
I think you have to go Austin, but Wyatt was a pretty good brawler too.
Yeah. See, Alex says Austin.
Kelly said Austin.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Austin. This next one's going to be a good one.
Rampage
I already
says
know. I
Austin.
already know Marcus's pick. And both guys are real good brawlers. One of them was a better wrestler. Number 15, Bubba Ray Dudley, against number 18, Dick the Bruiser.
Now you know what I'm picking.
I'm picking Bruiser. I mean, that's all Bruiser was, a brawler.
Kelly said Bruiser.
Bubba was a very good brawler too. You don't know Bruiser that well, so it's tough for you.
It's going to be Bruiser because what everybody's saying. Danger went Bruiser. Rampage said Dick the Bruiser, zero
Yeah,
comparison.
Rampage. There's zero comparison with those two.
Alex said Bruiser. Billy Bruiser. So yeah.
Now this is a good one. Number 23, Sheamus, who I think is a really good brawler, against number 7, Big Van Vader.
Vader.
Man, that is a tough.
Sheamus is a hell of a brawler. It's close for me. Guys, I said it wrong too. It wasn't Vader against Sheamus. My fault.
Okay.
I looked at the wrong one. It's actually number 10 against number 23. It's 10, Road Warrior Hawk against Sheamus.
So it's Hulk against Sheamus. Okay.
Vader's in the next category. Sorry about that. So Road Warrior Hawk, my mistake, taking on Sheamus.
I'm going to go Sheamus.
God, I hate to do it, but I am too. Now, if it's against the Animal, it'd be the other way around. But I think.
Alex says Sheamus.
I think Sheamus too.
Yep, that's what Kelly said.
Okay. Now Vader's in this category.
Yeah, everybody's going Sheamus, but so far, but Billy on that one.
Okay, number 7 seed Vader against number 26 Triple H.
Vader. Well,
Brawler.
I think brawler. I think Vader. Wrestler. I think Triple H.
I think one brawler Vader.
I think I'm gonna go Triple H.
Well, it depends on where you run that. Using WCW, Vader to have him. You have it in WWE, Triple H to have him.
I remember Vader went to beat the hell out of that reporter in Kuwait and went to prison. WWE had to get him out.
Looks like it's gonna be Vader.
Yep.
Alex says Vader. Danger's Vader. Billy's Vader.
Next up, number 3, Terry Funk against number 30, Devon Dudley.
Rampage says Vader. Triple H can be more than a brawler. Yeah, I agree. Triple H was pretty complete, in my opinion. Who'd you say?
That's, number 3, Terry Funk against number 30, Devon Dudley. I'm going with Funk.
Funk.
Yeah, I'll go Funk. Alex says Funk.
Yep, Funk. Kelly says Funk.
Next up, we got number 14. This is going to be interesting. But even though I think I've got a clear-cut one. But number 14, Abdullah the Butcher against number 19, Brock Lesnar.
Oh, that would have been classic.
Oh, I'd love to see it.
Gosh.
I'm going Lesnar.
I'm going Abdullah because Abdullah was a freaking maniac, man. I mean, you're talking about brawler. That's all he did. He got out weapons. I'd like to see him take a fork to Brock Lesnar's head.
Or a bottle or anything else.
Yeah. I mean, wrestlers, no question, it's Brock. But I think a brawler, I think it's Abdullah. And I don't know why Abdullah is at 14.
Rampage says Abdullah. Billy says Abdullah. Alex says Brock.
Who do you say? Kelly says Abdullah. I say Abdullah.
That's going to be.
But I'd like to have seen that. Man.
I would have too.
Woo.
This is going to be a tough one for you, Marcus. Number 11, Road Warrior Animal against number 22, and I don't know why he was so low. Terry Bam Bam Gordy.
Hmm.
Road Warrior Hawk against Gordy.
Or Animal.
Animal, excuse me. Animal. Road Warrior Animal, excuse me, guys. Against Terry Bam Bam Gordy. Man, that's that's a tie. I'm gonna go with Animal. Nope, I'm going with Gordy. I changed my mind.
Alex says Animal.
Mark is having a tough time, and he's a
I
big
am.
Animal fan.
Those guys actually worked each other many times.
I say animal.
Kelly says animal. Man, I hate to do it.
Billy says Animal. Rampage says Gordy.
I'm gonna have to go Gordy.
Oh man, I thought you was going Animal.
Well, I would, but after thinking of what those fights were, Gordy normally
like-
had the upper hand on those guys.
Looks like Gordy wins by 1.
Man, I cannot believe I voted against the animal. I didn't see voting against for a Hawk.
Well, last one for the first round. Number 6, Bruiser Brody against number 27, JBL.
Shit. Bruiser Brody.
Yeah.
And why wasn't Haku on that list?
I don't know.
Well, Bruiser Brody. He'd hand that damn JBL his ass and do it again.
Alex says JBL.
JBL and Bruiser Brody? What the hell's wrong with you, Alex?
You even
I
know
like
who Bruiser
you.
Brody is, Alex? Come on.
I liked you. What the hell's wrong with you? He said underrated JBL. JBL might be underrated, but we're talking about Bruiser Brody.
Billy
Bruiser
says Brody.
Brody.
Rampage says
Kelly?
Brody.
Kelly says Brody.
It's gonna be Brody.
Yeah, it's gonna be Brody.
I can't believe Haku didn't make that list.
I know it. I agree. Okay, we're going in our second round. Mick Foley, who was the number 1 seed, taking on number 16 seed Dusty Rhodes.
Ooh, buddy.
Brawler. What you guys think out there?
Alex said don't hate on JBL. Then Rampage said Alex is young still, laughing out loud.
True. I forgot how young he is. I forgot.
Yeah, Alex, you need to go back and watch some Brody crap.
He's about some Bruiser Brody, man.
You'd be changing your mind.
I say Dusty.
I'm on Dusty. I agree, Kelly. I go Dusty. We both go Dusty.
Oh no.
man.
But when I stop and think about the
It's a
matches,
hard one for me.
when I think about the matches that Mick had with Abdullah and the matches he had with Terry Funk in Japan,
And with Vader, but still.
yeah, it's hard for me. I think I go Mick, and that's hard for me over Dusty, because Dusty one of my top 3.
Okay. Who did Marcus and Kelly go with?
That we both go Dusty.
Dusty.
Like gonna be Dusty.
Yeah, it's gonna be Dusty. Rampage says Dusty. Alex says Dusty. Billy went Foley.
Let's see who the guys go with on this one. This is tough. Number 9, Harley Race against number 8, Stan Hansen.
Oh, damn. I knew that was going to happen. I knew those two would end up fighting each other, and they have.
I'm gonna go Harley.
Kelly goes Hanson. I'm going to go Harley.
I think I'm going
We're
Hanson.
split here.
I'm going Hanson. Got another Hanson.
Looks like I'm going to lose this one.
Let's see.
Nope, it's tied.
Wait. You went Hanson.
I went Hanson.
What Kelly go?
They both went Harley, I think, didn't you?
No.
No.
She
No,
went
she went
Hanson.
Hanson.
I went Harley.
I went Harley, so that's 2-2. And then Alex went Harley. Rampage went Hanson. So Harley's up by 1 right now, 4-3.
And you go on YouTube, there is a match of those two going at it.
And
it's
there's another Harley.
Yep, Harley's going to get it. That was a good one. Next up is number 4 seed Piper against number 20 Blackjack Mulligan.
Piper.
I'm going Piper as well.
I think it's close, but I'm going Piper.
Yeah, I think I am too. Kelly said
4 Pipers. And nobody else has put anything yet. Rampage went Mulligan.
Mulligan was one of the first ones I seen live.
Surprised the Sheik didn't make that list either.
I know it. How did the original Sheik not make that list? Okay, well, looks like it's
three.
no, wait a minute.
Well, still Piper's going to win 5-3.
Okay, Piper still won. Next up is number 12, Tommy Dreamer against number 5, Undertaker.
Taker.
Taker.
I think Taker also. Next one's going to be a good one. We'll see what people think about this one. Number 2 seed, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now remember, everybody, this is about Brawler against number 18, Dick the Bruiser.
Can you even imagine? Oh, could you even imagine?
I'd go Bruiser.
I gotta go Bruiser. Kelly said Bruiser. But
I'm
man,
going Bruiser too as a Brawler.
That's 4 bruisers.
Yeah, 4 bruisers.
I'm going with Austin just because
Yeah.
I have to go with Austin because that's my guy.
Austin was a great brawler. I mean,
But-
once he got hurt, he had no choice but to be a brawler. So he's a great brawler, no doubt.
Yeah. Well, and I think Bruiser's going to win. Rampage said Bruiser, Billy Bruiser. Alex said Bruiser, but he don't like it. I think people also forget Austin could wrestle before he got hurt. He was also real good in the ring as well, but he was a good brawler as well. But yeah,
People go back and watch some.
it's just hard. It was hard for me to pick against Austin because he's one of my favorites. So.
Watch some old WCW Saturday night and watch Steamboat against Stunning Steve Austin.
Mm-hmm.
See how good he could wrestle. Very good. Next up,
was it Owen Hart that when he got hurt?
Yep. Next up, it was the matchup I tried to say earlier. It's Sheamus, number 23 seed, this time taking on number 7 seed Vader.
See, you knew they were going to face
I
each
knew
other.
I'm sorry, who is it?
Vader and Sheamus.
Vader.
We both say Vader.
Man, it's tough for me.
Alex says Sheamus. Rampage says Vader.
I gotta go Vader. Barely.
I'm gonna go. No matter what I go, because everybody's going Vader, so my vote ain't gonna help anyway.
Now, this one's another impossible one, I think.
Rampage said Vader was a bad dude.
And they tuck on
He
each other,
was.
tuck on each other all the time. Because I know me and Marcus both seen it on the wrestling magazines all the time. Terry Funk against Abdullah the Butcher.
Mm-hmm. Butcher always won him. Bloody as hell. And no glass was ever used. Except a beer bottle, maybe, but they weren't swinging light tubes at each other anyway.
Funk was a great brawler, too. A lot better wrestler than Abdullah. But I'm going to go brawler. I got to go with Abdullah.
Rampage says Butcher. So that's 3.
Yeah, Cody says Butcher.
That's 4 for Butcher.
Yeah, 'cause that's all Butcher knew how to do. He didn't know how to wrestle. He didn't do any of that. He knew how to stab you at the fork.
So looks like Butcher by 2. Got a couple of funks there at the end with Billy and Alex.
Okay, here's a tough one I know for me and Marcus. Number 22, Terry Bam Bam Gordy against number 6, Bruiser Brody.
And I've seen that too. And I'm going to still go Brody.
I'm going to go Brody.
I got to go Brody, but barely.
Cody says Brody too. That happened in WCCW a lot.
Yep.
And I think actually Gordy actually won those, but because Brody was like an Audrey, he'd come in and go out.
Rampage went Gordy.
What did you say?
Brody.
So we've already got what?
Right now it's 4-1.
Yep.
And there's another Brody, so I made it 5-1.
Marcus, let me ask you a question. How do you have Terry Bam Bam Gordy 22?
You shouldn't. To be honest with you, I thought Stone Cold was way high in that.
I thought Undertaker was a little high too. It's gonna be Brody in it.
Yeah, I thought I'm a big Foley fan, but Foley at 1 I thought was.
All right, guys, we're down to our final 8.
I thought Foley as the number 1 seed was high.
This match happened.
Rampage had a question real quick.
Okay,
How did Bam Bam Bigelow not get in?
I agree too.
Yeah,
Bam Bam was a great, but like you said, Marcus, how do you not have the original Sheik on there? with the bloodbaths he had with Abdullah and many other, and Bruiser and many others. Anyway, next, okay, we're down to our final 8. Dusty Rhodes, who was the number 16 seed, taking on Harley Race, who was originally the number 9 seed.
Ain't that an interesting turnabout? They traded titles.
Yes.
I say Dusty.
Kelly says Dusty. I'm going Race.
Harley was the better wrestler, but was he the better brawler?
I'm going Dusty. Rampage went Dusty.
Guess I'm gonna lose this one.
Who'd you go with?
I haven't went yet.
Billy went Harley.
All right, Billy.
Man, it's tough.
So right now it's 3-2. And Alex just went Harley. So now it's 3-3.
I guess you gotta break it.
It's all
Who you gonna piss off there? Who you gonna piss off, Tony?
I got to go with Dusty.
I do
You was
it.
afraid of my cane, weren't you?
Yep, I was. Okay, we got Dusty in the final 4. Next up, best brawler, Piper, who was the number, let me go back here. He was number 4 seed, taking on the number 5 seed, Undertaker. I think brawler, to me, is Piper. I think it's Piper. Undertaker's a really good brawler, too, but I thought he was a little high at 5.
Yeah, I'm going Piper. What
I'm
do you think?
gonna go Piper.
Oh,
Rampage. See, Alex Piper, Rampage Taker.
Kelly says Taker.
Looks like right now Piper 4-2. There's another Taker, so Piper
4-3.
Piper by 1 so far.
Well, I'm going to call it. I'm going to go with Piper. So in that semifinals, we're going to have Piper, who was the number 4 seed, taking on Dusty, who was the 16th seed. Okay, moving on, we got Dick the Bruiser, a number 18 seed, taking on Big Van Vader, who's the number 7 seed. Man, this is tough.
I'm sorry, Vader.
Bruiser.
Bruiser.
Yeah, I'm going Bruiser. Kelly goes Bruiser.
That's very tough.
Alex went Bruiser. Rampage said, fuck you would. Billy said Bruiser.
I think it's Bruiser.
Rampage
guys.
Bruiser.
It's Bruiser.
So it's going to be Bruiser. But yeah, that's a tough one.
I was going to go Vader, I think, but it wasn't going to make a difference.
Well, go ahead. You go ahead and go Vader, but you lost.
You're really going to make no difference. Okay, next up is our final, to get to the final 4. Abdullah the Butcher, who was 14, taking on number 6, Bruiser Brody. They wrestled
Oh,
each
shit.
other.
How many times have them two wrestled each other?
They wrestled each other probably a million times.
And they bounced them. My goodness. I'm on Brody.
I'm going Brody also.
Kelly
Barely.
with Brody as well.
Rampage went Butcher. Billy went Brody. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Brody. Alex went Butcher.
You're going to have Bruiser Brody and Dick the Bruiser.
Yeah, it's going to be Brody.
The bruisers that happen.
And before we finish this off, who? This is my opinion. Who I thought the final 4 should be. This is my opinion, and it's not going by these rankings. But to me, I think it should have been probably Bruiser Brody, Abdullah the Butcher, the original Sheik, who's not even on the list, and I'm fine with Dick the Bruiser. You could throw Dusty or Harley, but definitely. Maybe even Mick Foley, but yeah, definitely. I mean, when you talk about Brawler and the Bloodfest they had, how you don't have the Sheik on there, the original Sheik, not the Iron Sheik, the original Sheik on there, I don't know. Okay, let's get this going here. We got Dusty Rhodes, who was the number 16 seed, taking on Roddy Piper, the number 4 seed. Who was the better Brawler, guys?
Boy, them guys actually did too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Rhodes.
You know.
Dusty
Billy
Rhodes.
Buzz was asking who did this. This was done by Ranker. It's a magazine. They're the ones that put this rankings together.
Rampage said his final four would be Butcher, Vader, Dick, and Ford. Let's
I'll
see.
go
So far, we got
Okay.
two.
I would go Sheik, Brody,
Mhm.
Bruiser, and Abdullah as my
Yeah,
final
that's
four.
right.
But anyway, what was the one on that?
Wow.
It's Dusty and Piper.
Oh, I go Dusty. Kelly's on the phone, so you'll have to take her out of it now.
Looks like it's gonna be Dusty.
It'll be Dusty, guys. He was a number 16 seed according to this bracket. Okay, we got a number 18 seed on the other side. Dick the Bruiser taking on
It's crazy.
number 6, Bruiser Brody.
And that shit happened in Indianapolis
Yes.
tons of times,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Dick always won, unless they were on the same side.
Brawler wise, and because of his size, I'm gonna go with Bruiser Brody.
And I gotta go Dick the Bruiser because I've seen the matches. So
Yeah.
Rampage says Bruiser,
which one?
Yeah.
or he says Dick the Bruiser.
Yeah, he said Dick.
Yeah, he'll go kick off Brody then if he's in
Maybe
Indy.
a couple hours. You wouldn't think it'd be much past that.
Alex says Dick. It looks like it's gonna be Dick the Bruiser.
So according to us, these guys didn't know what they was doing because we have in the finals number 16 Dusty Rhodes taking on number 18 Dick the Bruiser.
Oh my goodness. Dick all the way. That sounded bad. Dick the Bruiser all the way.
Oh God.
Let's see. Rampage says Dick the Bruiser.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna go Dick the Bruiser too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going Dusty, but Dick's gonna win it. Dick all the way.
Yeah. Did she? We had to drop her off in the back. Did she tell you to pick right back there?
Maybe Dick the Bruiser.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Well,
Dick
I cannot believe that.
Okay.
The hometown
if you
guy
go back
won.
By where the football field is, not that far,
It
but
was a lot of fun. That was. I mean, I don't agree with all the rankings,
the
but
road that goes back
I
behind.
don't think they did real bad. I think they had some people that should have been on up on the list. And how the biggest thing was you don't have the Sheik on there.
And there's.
Well, Haku, I thought he should have been on there too.
as you go
I
through,
agree. I
Come
agree.
on.
I think Aku could have been on there. Who you think was really shouldn't have been on there?
like,
Hardcore
like
Holly.
steps. that
Yeah,
go up.
there you don't need hardcore Holly.
That's where we let her off. at.
And Tommy Dreamer really was. Well, depends on your definition of brawling. He liked to use a lot of weapons, but to actually fight,
He didn't do a lot of moves.
yeah. But no, hardcore Holly should never have been on that list.
Yeah. But in the back's where she had to struggle.
Yeah, and I don't know if Farouk should have been on the list.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Like I've never been back here before. so
And Farouk was
a few times, but
13.
Well, are they using the stuff he did in the WWE? Because his WCW stuff, he really wasn't a brawler.
No, he was probably more of a brawler than as Farouk. And also
APA.
yeah, Farouk and APA, he was more of a brawler. But I don't think he deserved to be number 13 on the list. I mean, if you put him 32 or 31, I wouldn't have a problem. But
I don't blame you.
Yeah, they use mostly older guys in there, but I'd have had Kevin Owens in there before Hardcore. Hardcore Holly.
yeah, but Owens is a pretty good wrestler.
He's a
too,
good
but he
wrestler,
can
but
brawl.
Put the
he's good.
Brooklyn Brawler in there before hardcore Holly.
Yeah, how the hell could the Brooklyn Brawler not on the list?
Yeah.
No, Tony, why not? See, even in his name.
It's in his name. One of the best jobbers of all time.
Okay, guys. Well, we're done for tonight, but just let you know what we're doing next week. We'll have our independent wrestling report. We'll have our Marcus. You didn't do your.
We can wait.
That
We can.
takes them
I'll save it.
to the hallway.
Okay, we'll save it. I just now remember. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
We have our pro wrestling report for next week, and then we'll have our pro wrestling spotlight, and then we've got a thing that's called questions and opinions, and we're putting together a panel if there's anybody out there would like maybe be a part of it, maybe you can message Chris. We're looking for a couple more people. We got right now we got Austin, Chris, me, and Warren Misery, and I've got like 30 questions, and
I'll be
we're
there
going
too.
to. Yeah, I said Marcus.
Oh, I didn't hear my name. I thought you.
Yeah, I did say it.
Oh, you kicked me.
No, I ain't kicking you to the curb. Don't worry. But
we get.
we've got like 30 questions, and we're going to talk about the questions and give opinions. But I want to, when you answer the question, I want to say why you're answering, why you're saying that and stuff. So kind of a question debate type thing. So
Rampage said he'll do it.
okay, Chris can send you
Yeah, I can send the invite and
send you
stuff.
the invite and stuff. It'll be 6:30 next Monday. So
Yeah, that's
maybe we
who,
can find one more. I'd like to have 6. So
that's who they
I
bought.
got a hold of what's his name, Glenn, but he had a Pacer game.
Glenn.
Elvis.
You ain't counting your cell phone there.
Oh, okay.
Really?
That'd be
Yeah, don't even write my own stuff down there.
So
What the
that'd be-
hell? Marcus, I didn't kick you out. I kicked myself out.
so that'd be 5, and then with Rampage.
Yeah, it'd be 6. Okay, so we're good.
So
Heck,
who
I
we
wouldn't
got?
even count myself.
3 of us: Rampage, Warren, and
Austin.
Austin. Okay.
So yeah, I think that'll be fun next week, and we'll announce officially when this is going to be. But sometime in January, probably towards the end of January, we're going to be doing our. I guess what would you call it, guys? What would you be calling our list? Is it
Year-end awards.
Year-end awards
Year-end
list,
awards.
our top 5s. We've got about 14, 15 categories that we'll be doing. We'll be doing that towards the end of January.
Yeah, we done it last year, and it seemed to go over pretty well.
And
So
I think we're going to do it, probably step up our game and do some things that will be interesting. I think people will like with it. So we'll let you guys know more about that as it gets closer. The actual date, which we haven't confirmed yet, but it's going to be sometime towards the end of January. Well, I think that's it, guys. I hope everybody has a good night. I think we had a pretty good show. I think it was pretty fun. I appreciate everybody out there giving their input.
yeah, appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo'S Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram all at Gonzo'S Sports Room as well. If you miss, and if you missed the NGW Christmas Chaos, you can find out on our YouTube page. Go back and check it out. Also, I think what we do this year, 50.
Right now we're at 50. 55. And
So we done 55 shows this year, and then I think last year was around 35 or so. So
35 last year.
we probably have over 100 full shows on our YouTube page total.
And I know we're gonna make it to Word Pro. Will be 56, and we may have a couple more. So
We might get to 58 this year.
and if some things wouldn't happen with my wife's health, we would have been well in the 60s. So.
Yes, we might get to 58. Also, Wednesday night we'll have at 7. We're gonna have SWS Shooting with Shane.
Yes.
Be joining us for an interview Wednesday at 7. So join us for that.
Yep.
There'll be a Warrior Pro on Sunday.
Yep.
Word Pro on Sunday. That's going to be a good show. Should be really interesting. Hopefully, we're going.
I'm calling it now. Logan.
I was just getting ready to say it.
Logan Meyer is going to be the new WPW champ after Sunday.
If not, Marcus, me, you, and Chris Wright.
Just somebody get a damn ride going. We could have done it. Well, I'll tell you, Dalton Love got it going again on Friday.
Well, Marcus tried to get it right going Saturday night.
Hey, you bring it up. It's like, well, why don't we?
Hey,
We'll be
Dalton's
at
been pretty close. Dalton's been pretty close to getting a couple.
Yeah, Dalton and Luke tried that one night.
Couple riots.
And our friend Terry he tried.
But,
Coming out to GMFX on Saturday, and there is a lot of new people on that list I'm not familiar with at all.
There's a lot of new people, but there's some pretty good matches announced.
Yeah.
That I've seen announced. One in particular, the one with Joey Owens in it.
Joey and Elgin against TJ and Blake.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
When's that? Saturday?
Saturday.
All right. We appreciate everybody joining us. We'll be back on Monday. Join us Monday. Looks like we're going to have a full house of people with us. With Rampage, Radisson will be on here. Austin. Who else? Oh, Warren Misery.
Warren Misery.
Of course, me, Marcus, and Dad. So, but we appreciate everybody watching. Hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next week.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
Here, this is Joey Owens show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.